Good morning, students. I am Dr.R.Suganya, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. Today we are going to see about the processing evidence and report preparation. How to validate your forensic tools. There are many issues out there to disrupt even the best of forensic investigators. So here one of the issue is like how the technology is associated with digital forensic validations. Okay. So the tool examples used in the booklet will be for forensic validation. Throughout the booklet, we can substitute any software title with another or software tool with another. Selecting forensic tool is very important and it has to be applied through variety of materials on each of the tools available to help select the best options. So we have to select the proper forensic tool first. And we have to ask the following questions like, is it read only? Whether we can repeat the results? Is data verified, and if it is so, how? Was it designed for forensics, and is images gathered as being valid? And like this we have to prepare a particular thing. So we have to ask the questions like on the background of the research, and we have to create the questions and form some you know some report, and we have to experiment the particular test, we have to analyze the results, and then we have to do some consolidation report. Okay, that is what is. And what is the aspect of data analysis is uh, like every computer investigation is different, but one rule remains the same, that is the documentation. Always a document will be the one thing which has been existed throughout our forensic investigations. So each agency should develop its own investigative policies, formal or informal. And it is not just, however, one policy can completely account for all circumstances. So it has to be regularly updated in the document. And the importance of documentation cannot be overstated. So it should continue like which was initiated by evidence technicians or any scene investigators by retrieving or updating the evidence logs. At a minimum, the lab analysis should include the name, rank, and identifying information for any individual tasked with analysis of such evidence. Once this process is completed, the investigators or analyst may retrieve the digital information, and the criminal behavior often requires the analysis of computer materials. Using variety of software packages, it is now possible to thoroughly analyze all of the possible informations on one piece. So depending on the amount of media under analysis, the process can be quite circumstance with most comprehensive manual searches. Once this process is completed, the investigators may retrieve the digital informations, and also as stated, the behavior often requires analysis of computer materials. Using a variety of software packages, it is now possible to thoroughly analyze all of the informations. Okay, and establish forensically sterile conditions. All media used in analysis of computer evidence must be forensically sterile for courtroom purposes. So investigators must be able to testify all the conditions of all media prior to imaging process, and it has to be like some manufacturers have to sole refurbishments, and due to limited resources, this process may not be possible for poorly funded agencies. But in this case, use media should be forensically wiped clean of data using software and non-Windows operating systems. Although most forensic investigations on personal computers are connected on Windows platforms, there are when other operating systems are present. So there will be like two Windows, non-Windows operating systems relevant to forensics on like Macintosh, it is Unix or Linux. Okay. So Macintosh operating system, that is, it is designed by Apple, and users are more familiar with this Windows products. Macintosh computers are largely responsible for GUI, okay, graphical user interface, and actually it is very attractive to users who prefer seamless integration and enhanced stability. And due to this market demand, the computer forensic specialists concentrate more on the machines like like more on Windows rather than the Macintosh. Okay, now it has been, some products have been employed on Macintosh. However, there are Windows will be more usable for now to port for some GUI purposes or like animations for multimedia purposes. And imaging, so Windows platform preservation on original drive is essential here. And we know that once this is accomplished, investors can connect to target hard drive. Okay, and external investigators may use by using the commands, okay, on the Unix tools, and finding evidence like Windows machines, Macintosh can all contain a plethora of criminal evidence here. So case characteristics will dictate other areas of interest. Okay, so there are some forensic toolkits, black bag technologies, Mac forensics lab, Linux operating systems if data is being used, how account ID, passwords, user ID, group ID, home directory, login shell is all necessary. And there are some comments specifically for the privileges. And smartphones and GPS forensics is also being used, personal data assistance, and it is PDA, SIM reader, phone cable, storage media, batteries. Okay, so file systems, everything is used on basis of forensics technologies. Navigation systems like mobile communications, mirrored by increased demand for devices and time managements. And also FRMS data, almanac data, pseudo random code. These are all necessary, and report preparations and final documentation that is very necessary for running the investigations. So in addition, evidence may be ruled inadmissible if a prior chain of a custody cannot be established. Thank you.